Hello, everyone, and welcome to another horrific review. This is movie number 17 of the marathon. Do you know what? I'm going to need to get this chair surgically removed by the end of this here. Flip's sake. Right, we are on to Sting. Premise of the story is after raising an unnervingly talented spider in secret, 12-year-old Charlotte must face the facts about her pet and fight for her family's survival when the once charming creature rapidly transforms into a giant flesh-eating monster. This was actually quite decent. A couple of issues with the characters, but generally it was a good flick. It actually did quite well within the confines of an apartment block and used it to full effect. So this spider thing basically comes from space. It was like a meteor landed like straight through the house. Movie marathon indeed, Chris. Yeah, flipping starting to turn into one of the Ironman competitions just for nerds that don't do exercise. Oh dear. Yeah, so we get this thing that lands like in the meteor right through the roof of the apartment blocks and basically into Charlotte's room. Or no, I don't think it was into her room directly. It was somewhere close by. She picks it up and takes it back to her room and keeps it in the jar. I had it down. You just have the horrorific. You have to raise the pitch a bit, but I'm flagging. At this point, I'm just about putting coherent sentences together. Just that's the stage that we're at. I'm past the tired stage. I'm like through to another dimension here at this point. But that's all part of the fun. We're nearly there. Like 17 movies in. Sadly, 8 left to go. We're single digits anyway. Every movie has a victory at this point. It's so tempting. Honestly, I'd be like, right, I'll go. You think to yourself, right, I'll have 5 minutes, but I know the minute I do that, I'm beaten and I'm done. So you just got to push through. But yeah, Charlotte finds a spider. We get introduced to all the characters in the apartment block, and most of them seem to be part of Charlotte's family. So we'll have Ethan's her stepdad, Heather's her mum, she's got a wee baby brother, half brother Liam, and then her grandmother Helga and her aunt Gunther live upstairs, and it's her aunt Gunther that owns the apartment block. And it seems to be that the main hobby that, in fact, there's 1 or 2 people live in the apartment that aren't family. It's a bit of a strange one. But the thing that really bugs me about this movie is most of the focus on this is giving Ethan shit. So Ethan's working as basically on the cheap as a building supervisor. So he's doing the odd jobs, but he's also a comic book artist and he's published, and he's working on stuff with deadlines. Heather works from home as well. I think she's like a graphic designer or architect or something to do with that anyway. And all we see is Heather putting Ethan down at every opportunity. Charlotte's close to Ethan, but she's also sassy because she's kind of picking up for everybody else. Helga's just an absolute no. Helga's all right. Helga's got dementia. She's just trying to, get through the day. If that makes sense. She's all the little post-it notes and stuff to like remember her name and where she lives and stuff. And Gunther's the like absolute raging bitch in this. She just runs this place on a shoestring, treats everybody like crap. But once again, hating on Ethan. I don't know why it's a stupid 2024 culture, hating the bloke. This kind of sends out a message. Like, I know people like messaging in movies, but don't ever become a stepdad. You're just setting yourself up for a world of grief. And don't become a stepdad and then have a kid with someone as well. You're just setting yourself up because you're never respected. It's just the culture today. It's weird. So it seems to be he's trying to do everything he can to make ends meet. They want to leave the apartment. But you can just see the way Heather treats him. It's like, oh, I know you've got a deadline, but my stuff's more important. Look after our son, and just treating him like shit. And then that all comes out throughout this, because that's my complaint about this movie. It spends far too much focus and effort on that than the actual fact that here, like giant spider. I must say, while this is all going on, Charlotte has the spider, and it starts off in like in a jar that size, and it's actually got vocal cords, so that should be ringing the alarm bells. Obviously, Charlotte's only 12 in this, so she wouldn't know any difference, but she's whistling to it, it's whistling back, and she's feeding it, hand feeding it in, and it's getting bigger and bigger. But what she does know is when she's asleep at night, it can unscrew the lid of the jar, and it's going out roaming around the vents, and obviously the rats are going. And then the worst thing was that Helga had a beautiful macaw, and of course it gets necked. I don't think it's even being a patient man. There's no need to be giving people shit. This strange culture of, oh, I'm going to give you constant shit and you just have to take it, is wrong. It's try and create harmony, mutual respect. But when there's this whole thing of you just have to take as much as you can because you've stepped up, is utter wank. It's utter bullshit. And you see it in this movie, a really big, heavy messaging, as if, I don't know what they're trying to do. Oh, can't have the man being the hero in this, has to be the 12-year-old girl, which is fair enough. She has an edge in a rapport, but they don't really utilize that. They spend, like I said, they just spend far too much focus. Where if Charlotte was able to control Sting, because that's what she calls it, she calls it Sting after Bilbo's blade in The Hobbit. If she had like a rapport and was getting control, able to call off at times and curb its urges, but obviously it's getting bigger. It would have made sense to the point she couldn't control it anymore. There's plenty of room in the movie to do that, but they didn't. They focused on all this nonsense instead. So it's almost a distraction, which, like I said, it's a shame, because otherwise, like the graphics for Sting himself, because obviously it's Spider, In fact, it is a she because it lays eggs, which we find out. But the fact is that Charlotte, we're not exploring that at all, because what we're seeing is her with the stuff in the jar, feeding every so often. Then the rest of the time she's plugged in their earphones and that, and it's a bit of a waste of a character and a bit of a waste of time in the movie, because, like I said, there's opportunity to explore other things, especially around a big giant spider. You know what I mean? Think of arachnophobia. That was the focus. Yeah, there was some character interaction. Think of big 8-legged freaks. The focus was on the spiders. This is the spiders almost like a side plot, which is very strange. But yeah, this meanders on, and obviously we'll have the incident with the parrot. We'll have a cat go missing. One of the neighbors, Maria, gets, sort of eaten partially from the inside out, which is strange that it went from like small mammals to human quickly before it fully grew, because the whole point is there's this guy in the apartment called Eric, and he's a bit of a strange one, and he's a biology student, and he thinks he's like curing cancer or something up in his apartment block, which is very strange. But it's Charlotte approaches him to basically get a bigger enclosure, to terrarium, that, see if he has a spare one. Eric then gets hold of Sting and just feeds it everything, and that's what accelerates. So what we'll have essentially is a lot of busy work, an accelerated part of the plot with the Eric thing, which honestly, if they just kept the pace in this, they wouldn't have needed to do the Eric thing. Eric could have just been a consequence, another, neighbor that got necked, or the fact that he had animals in his apartment. And even towards the end, it's all about drama. Spider, and the spider takes like second row, do all the drama that they're doing. No, I mean they're playing like a soap opera. That's me. No, I mean it's just my complaint about it. And the thing is, the director's done some of the Wormwood movies. If you know Wormwood Apocalypse, the original Wormwood. I don't think he did Wormwood Road of the Dead, but you know the Australian zombie movies. They're really fun. So you can see that influence from the director. You know, that's the sort of story they tell, and you can see it there. But it's hampered with a script and the family drama, which, like I said, it's just a shame because it takes away. There's everything there. We'll have this weird exterminator guy, Frank, and he is busy work. He's just a loudmouth gobby. Oh, I'm Big Daddy sort of thing, and he's in the end he doesn't really serve any purpose. I can understand calling it the exterminator, but calling him out the second time didn't make any sense because he offered nothing to the plot. And then that's it. It kind of, obviously it goes on as it goes. Things escalate. Things meet a resolution. We have a setup for another one, and that's it. But like I said, there's a great movie in here and a cult classic, and it got in its own way because it decided to focus on family drama, and I don't know whether it was trying to tell a certain narrative as opposed to just saying, "Oh, here's the way things are." Sometimes, they were over focusing on it, and I think it's an example of 2020's writing that's scuppered this. That's why it's getting mixed reviews. I think I can understand now why it's getting, really polarized reviews. People absolutely hating it, people loving it because it's down to the script and that. So if people are on board with that, yeah, show that man, show that stepdad, they're probably going to love this because that's what they're watching for. The people that want to watch a giant monster spider movie are getting all this family drama taking up 80% of the movie. So they're going, what is this? You know what I mean? I can kind of see where the line is drawn. But there you go. There's that one done. And on the most, I enjoyed it. I wouldn't rush back to rewatch it again, if that makes sense. It wouldn't be like one on the bucket list. I would stick on Arachnophobia quicker than this because it's, it's a laugh, decent movie. It's not taking itself too seriously. And there is enough tension and drama that, it's watchable, even if you've seen it before. Eight-Legged Freaks I would stick on again. Just, you want a big monster movie, MASH or Lake Placid, something like that. This one would kind of be like right at the back burner as I've watched everything. There's nothing else. I've just done another 48-hour marathon, so there's nothing left to watch on the list. Oh, there's Sting again. Really well go to the bottom of the list. But there you go. It's worth checking out anyway. And obviously, I keep forgetting to say, leave stuff in the comments if you agree or disagree about the movies. I think because I'm just rattling through these to try and get them done. But next one up, I believe, is Teeth. Number 18. Yes, we're going to do Teeth. That's one I've been meaning to watch for ages and it's always been put off to the side. And yeah, I'm going to do it now. So I'm going to get that one fired up and I will see you all soon. So until next time, keep up the other channel, do the typey clicky things, and remember to keep it creepy, keep it horrific.